I mean, let's face it, the BBC are no strangers to a massive scam, are they? The licence fee is a massive scam. But this one surprised even me. Yeah, I'm sure you heard about it. On the weekend, there was a little thing to do with the royal family, and the broadcast was being handled by the BBC. I was on BBC's Media Centre website, and I saw this in an article about their coverage for it before it happened. How to watch coverage of the coronation on the BBC outside the UK. And the interesting part of this is the bottom, where it says, BBC Studios Productions will be responsible for the broadcast of the coronation. Now, BBC Studios Productions isn't part of the BBC that you pay your licence fee to. That's just BBC. They're a private company and they make shows for the BBC and they produce shows for other things. I mean, they work with Netflix and broadcasters around the world, stuff like that. So it was interesting to see that the coronation coverage was being produced by a commercial organisation. So I said before this happened on a video on my other channel, the Chili John Carney channel, I said that's a massive scam for the BBC and they are going to be raking it in. And I hate to say I told you so, but yeah, I told you so. Look, Sussex World joins UK publishers in condemning BBC for demanding a king's ransom to share coronation broadcast as widely as possible. There's only one reason why a commercial part of the BBC would be the ones producing the coverage of the coronation, right? And producing the feed to be sent out around the world. There's only one reason for that, and it's money, isn't it? So they could sell it. And it turns out if you wanted, Sussex World's a small newspaper, and there's many other, and GB News, for instance, were part of this, saying they were cross that they couldn't get the feed to put on their social media or whatever they wanted to use it for without paying a huge fee to the BBC. BBC is your national broadcaster. You pay your licence fee to them, but they're not scared to make a few quid on the side, are they? Is that right? Do you think that's right? Should the coverage not have been given out to any UK broadcaster or any UK publication that wanted it if it's being produced by the BBC? I don't know, you tell me. 11th hour deal for BBC coronation footage agreed, says industry body. On Friday, British publishers and broadcasters, including GB News and Talk TV, said they were deeply concerned by the corporation allegedly restricting access to the pool footage for the historic event on Saturday. Not restricting it, they were selling it. UK broadcasters are investing heavily in the coverage of this complex and historic event, and we are pleased that NMA, Talk TV and GB News have all agreed to make a financial contribution. So there you go. They were all complaining they had to pay for the feed. And then it says at the end, they pay for the fee. How much did they pay? We'll never know, because a Freedom of Information request to BBC Studios Productions will get kicked out because it's a private commercial company, not publicly funded, like the main BBC. BBC's a big scam. How they get away with it, how they get away with having commercial bodies using the name BBC. It's not just BBC Studios Productions. They have BBC Studios, BBC Productions, BBC Studios Productions, BBC Distribution Limited. I think there's probably BBC Studios Distribution Limited, UK TV. And there's quite a few of these. Go and look on Companies House. There's quite a few. Is that right? Is that right? They're making private money whilst making demands on you for 159 quid a year. I don't think that's right. Now let me know what you think about all this down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. That way, hopefully I'll see you in another video again soon. Ta-da.